listening to Full Circle Weekly News. These articles are compiled by Eric the Unready. I'm your host, Moss Bliss. This is episode 352, covering week 5, January 30th to February 4th, 2024. The source code to the build tools and specific components of the Helios distribution has been opened, developed by Oxide Computer and used to support the operation of software-controlled cloud server racks, to be released under the free MPL 2.0 license. The entire stack of the Oxide platform will now be open source. The Helios distribution is built on the basis of the Illumos project developments, which continues the development of the Open Solaris kernel, network stack, file systems, drivers, libraries, and a basic set of system utilities. Solaris 11.4 support is extended until 2037. Shotcut 24.01 is available, developed by the author of the MLT project. Support for video and audio formats is implemented through FFmpeg. You can use plugins with the implementation of video and audio effects compatible with Frior and LADSPA. One of the features of Shotcut is multitrack editing with arranging video from fragments without the need to first import or re-encode them. There are built-in tools for creating screencasts, processing images from a web camera, and receiving streaming video. Qt is used to build the interface. The code is written in C++ and distributed under the GPL v3 license. Packages are available for Linux as AppImage, Flatpak, and Snap, Mac OS, and Windows. The UBports project presented their OTA4 Focal firmware based on the Ubuntu 20.04 package base. The Ubuntu Touch OTA4 Focal update will be released in the coming days for a very large variety of smartphones. Details at the link in the show notes, with assemblies for PinePhone, PinePhone Pro, and PineTab and PineTab 2 in beta. Pale Moon 33.0.0 web browser has been published. Branched from the Firefox codebase to provide higher performance, preserve the classic interface, minimize memory consumption, and provide additional customization options. Pale Moon builds are created for Windows and Linux. The project code is distributed under the MPL v2. The project adheres to the classic interface layout with extensive customization options. The renewed components include DRM, Social API, WebRTC, PDF Viewer, Crash Reporter, code for collecting statistics, tools for parental controls, and people with disabilities. Support for extensions using Xool has been returned to the browser, and the ability to use both full-fledged and lightweight themes has been retained. The Document Foundation presents LibreOffice 24.2. Ready-made installation packages are prepared for various Linux, Windows, and Mac OS distributions. This release is labeled Community and is not aimed at enterprise use. LibreOffice Community is available free of charge to everyone without exception. For those who need additional services, products of the LibreOffice Enterprise family are developed separately, for which partner companies will provide full support with LTS support and with additional functions such as service-level agreements. OnlyOffice Document Server 8.0.0 has been published with OnlyOffice online editors and collaboration. Editors can be used to work with text documents, tables, and presentations. Project code is distributed under the AGPL v3 license. At the same time, the release of the OnlyOffice Desktop Editors 8.0 product, built on a single code base with online editors, was launched. Desktop editors are designed as desktop applications which are written in JavaScript using web technologies, but combine client and server components designed for self-sufficient use on the user's local system. You can also use the Nextcloud Hub platform, which provides full integration with OnlyOffice. Ready-made builds are generated for Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. OnlyOffice claims full compatibility with MS Office and open document formats. You can expand the functionality of editors through plugins for creating templates and adding videos from YouTube. Ready-made builds are generated for Windows and Linux, Deb and RPM packages. Mesa 24.0.0 has been published. Mesa 24.0.0 branch has an experimental status. A stable version, 24.0.1, will be released after the final stabilization of the code. Mesa 24.0 provides support for the Vulkan 1.3 graphics API in ANV for Intel GPUs, RADV for AMD GPUs, NKV for NVIDIA GPUs, TU for Qualcomm GPUs, in the Lava Pipe software rasterizer, and in emulator mode. Vulkan 1.0 support is implemented in the V3DV Broadcom Video Core 6 GPU from Raspberry Raspberry Pi 4, and DZN Vulkan implementation on top of Direct3D12 drivers. Mesa also provides OpenGL's 4.6 report for Iris, Radeon SI, Crocus, Zinc, LLVM Pipe, Virgil, Freedreno, and D3D12. OpenGL 4.5 support is available for R600 and NVC0 drivers. OpenGL 3.3 support is present in the soft pipe, the AGX GPU used in Apple M1 and M2 chips, and NVIDIA NV50 drivers. Damn Small Linux 2024 has been published, intended for use on low-power systems and outdated equipment. The last build was over 12 years ago and was under 50 megabytes. The new release is of alpha quality and prepared in builds for the i386 architecture and is less than 700 megabytes. DSL 2024 is based on the Anti-X23 Live distribution, which in turn is built on Debian. The purpose of the revival was to obtain a compact live distribution for legacy systems that fits on a CD and offers graphical and console environments. The environments to choose from are based on the Fluxbox and JWM window managers. The web browsers Badwolf, Dillo, and Lynx 2 are included. The set of Office applications consist of AbiWord, GNUMeric, the Sylpheed email client, and the Zathura PDF viewer. MPV and XMMS systems are included for multimedia content. The distribution also contains the MT Paint graphic editor, the ZZZFM file manager, the GFTP client, and the LeafPad text editor. Console applications include Ranger File Manager, VisiData Spreadsheet Processor, tmux Terminal Multiplexer, Mutt Email Client, CMOose Music Player, CDDF Deburning Program, Surf Raw Search System, Vim and Nano Text Editors, W3M and Lynx 2 browsers. Barry Cowler published EasyOS 5.7, which combines Puppy Linux technologies with the use of container isolation to run system components. The distribution is managed through a set of graphical configurators developed by the project. The developers of the Gentoo project announced the introduction of a separate repository with binary packages compiled with support for the third version of the x86-64 microarchitecture, x86-64-v3, used in Intel processors since approximately 2015, starting with Haswell, and characterized by the presence of such extensions as AVX, AVX2, BMI2, FMA, LZCNT, MOVBE, and SXSave. The repository offers a separate set of packages built in parallel with the repository published in December, in which the assembly was made for the basic x86-64 architecture, which can be used on any 64-bit Intel and AMD processors. The new repository allows you to achieve higher performance on modern processors by using extended instructions in programs. You've been listening to Full Circle Weekly News. For more details, see the next issue of the magazine at fullcirclemagazine.org or check the links in the show notes. You can contact me at bardmoss@pm.me. I'll see you next week.